The million-dollar question: what should my first hire be? So most entrepreneurs go straight to hiring a VA, or worse, an all-rounder. And I hate that term. Hiring a VA or all-rounder for everything is a big mistake. And here's why that approach could be stalling your growth and what to do instead. So in this video, I'm going to explain why the whole hire a VA or all-rounder advice is absolute bullshit and give you a super simple trick using AI to define exactly what your business actually needs to hire. I am Shannon Teague, and let's get straight into it. Okay, this is the key though, like I said earlier, what your business needs. Not what someone else's business needs, but yours specifically. A VA isn't a magic, a cure-all solution to every single business. Every business has different needs, and what you might need help with right now might be totally different from someone else or from my business, as an example. Let me explain the story. When I started my first business, I didn't know any of this that I'm going to cover today. I thought that I needed an all-rounder to cover everything that I didn't have time for. So I hired someone, threw them hundreds of tasks, and expected them to keep up. What happened? They quit. Shocker. And here's why. My first hire told me point blank, I'm leaving because this role has zero structure. I'm juggling everything from admin to social media to operations without clear goals. So when you hire an all-rounder, that means that they don't have a defined job title or clear responsibilities in your business. They're left juggling absolutely everything, tasks across every function without specific focuses. This is a lack of structure and doesn't help solve your business's core needs. Instead, it creates confusion and chaos and leaves gaps in your operations. Your business needs team members with clear functions, specific job titles, driving results, and working towards a goal. A scattered approach isn't a scalable one, so I really want that to sink in for you guys. So going back to my first hire, in the end, this person wasn't actually a VA or all the other 100 job titles that I was piling on her. As my business got structured, as I became more structured, it turned out that her role was actually a shift manager in my business. My first business was a temping recruitment company. So what I actually needed was someone to manage that side of things so that I could focus on sales meetings, networking, and growing my operational team. So once we got really specific, it freed up my time to focus on the growth of my business because I was getting the right support where I needed it most. So obviously, once that person left my business got really structured and we had a defined role. This was now called the shift manager role. I hired a new person for this person. So the second person in my business, which was now the shift manager in my business. And this person then went on to tell me later that it was the best job that they ever had. So that changed from my first all-rounder quitting to my new shift manager loving her job. It all came down to having structure, a defined purpose, and working towards specific goals to manage and grow our team. Okay? Because she had structure, she loved her job. So here's the deal. You hear advice from these big-time business influencers saying to hire a VA, and they mean well. And the advice is really solid if that is actually what your business needs help with. And what they're suggesting is to bring in someone who can handle admin tasks if that's weighing you down in your business. The issue is though, for many business owners new to hiring, they think that the advice is to hire a VA to get back your time gets misinterpreted as a VA to do absolutely everything, from social media management to funnel strategy to project management and pretty much running the entire business. I can't count how many job descriptions that I've seen in Facebook group guys that I've read that make me feel overwhelmed just reading them, let alone trying to accomplish all of those tasks in a single day. And guys, if you can relate to any of these mistakes that I have said so far and they might have held you back in the past, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear where you are with your hiring. Okay, so going back, what ends up happening? This one person gets overloaded with every single possible role. They're set up to hate their job and you end up thinking that you've hired poorly because they're struggling to manage 8 jobs in one. And honestly, that's why the whole all-rounder baffles me. A VA is admin. They belong in the admin function, handling the back of office tasks to free you up from things like inbox management and day-to-day management and admin and all those things. If admin is what's taking up most of your week and most of your time, then the advice to hire a VA makes complete sense because your time is way more valuable working on growth tasks in your business rather than spending hours responding to emails. But a VA isn't a social media manager, a project manager, or a strategist or funnel strategist or all these other things. If you need someone to drive leads, as an example, or develop a growth strategy or focus on specific functions of the business, an admin hire won't cut it. So if you're hearing hire an all-rounder, that's probably the worst advice out there. for scaling your business and building a team that actually supports your business growth. There's no one person that can be great at absolutely everything. There just simply aren't enough hours in the day to accomplish that. So think about it, okay? If your main goal is driving revenue, hiring a VA who belongs in the admin function isn't going to get you the results that you need. They're not going to get you there. So instead, you need people who understand funnels, content strategy, social media management, or email marketing, or whatever it is that can actually bring in those sales that your business needs, not just someone to answer emails. And don't get me wrong, guys, okay? A VA or the admin role is essential to the success of every business when your business actually needs it. But as an example, okay, for my current business, I can confidently say that a VA will only be one of the very last hires that I make. There are so many roles that need to be prioritized before an admin function even comes into play to ensure that my operations are running smoothly and also to allow for scalability in my business, okay? So let me break down what I actually mean for you so that you can see my hiring roadmap and my goals so that you can understand what I'm trying to say, okay? So right now we are laser focused on sales growth, on revenue. Our key hires are email marketing and content strategy at the moment because I need a team that can evaluate our content, bring in consistent leads, and manage the strategy behind the sales funnel. Before these hires, I brought on a video editor and a funnel strategist. Video editing was eating up tons of my time and I wasn't skilled at it. So hiring a video editor made perfect sense. And now my videos are awesome. Thank you, AIM. And then I hired a funnel strategist to build out our sales funnels because I am not a funnel strategist. So now we're focused on hiring content strategists and then email marketers to hit our organic following goals and ensure there are no gaps in our email strategy so that we are actually converting and moving closer to our revenue targets and goals. Sure, I could bring in a VA to handle social media posting, but that wouldn't really move the needle in my business. I need someone who understands content strategy, who can help me scale our content and our channels to grow our audience and reach our sales goal, to funnel them into our sales funnel. And just to clarify, I don't come from a background in these roles. I've invested time into having an understanding of them, but they are not my specialty. My expertise is building teams, scaling businesses. That's my strongest suit. So hiring people who understand these areas of my business related to reaching these financial and sales goals and organic following goals makes perfect sense. Now, you might have different skills to me, and your strong areas may be different from mine. And that's why it's so important to understand what is right for your business, for your hiring needs, okay? And then next on our hiring roadmap, we will be building out our customer support team to ensure that as members start joining our business and we start scaling our members, our clients are taken care of and become raving fans, because that's far more impactful than adding admin to my business right now. Once these core functions are solid in my business, then I will bring on my VA team, not just to support me, but to help my entire team with back office tasks. And I'll start to hire managers to manage each function, and slowly but surely, I start to remove myself from the daily operations of my business so that I'm always just focusing on the growth of my business, the things I love in my business, and I'm freeing my time. And speaking of goals, my team and I are on a mission to reach 10K followers on YouTube. So if you're finding value in this video, show some love for the time and effort it took my team and I to make this video, and hit that subscribe button. It'll only take you 2 seconds, and we really appreciate it. The examples I've shared are specific to my business, but the same principle applies to any business. The key is identifying your greatest bottleneck and your primary goal. If your time is getting eaten up by admin tasks, then hiring a VA would be spot on. But if you have inconsistent cash flow and that's your main issue in your business, you're likely better off starting with a lead generator or a social media manager or a content strategist as an example, so that you are moving your business forward and you're bringing in consistent leads so that you can close the deal and you can move your revenue forward, okay? Just to recap, don't default hiring a VA or all-rounder. Get specific on your business goals, identify your bottlenecks, and then hire strategically to always be moving your business forward. Remember, the right role makes all the difference in your business. Can you start to see now why just hiring an all-rounder makes no sense if you're serious about scaling your business, or why a VA might not be right for your business specifically? Now, you might be thinking, that's great, Shannon, but how do I figure out what my business actually needs to hire? That's the whole reason I'm watching this video. Well, I've got a super easy hack to help you with that, okay? So fear not, my friends. Whenever I am unsure about the role that my business actually needs to hire, I just ask ChatGPT. It's simple. I tell ChatGPT what my greatest goal is and what my bottlenecks are, and it helps me define the role that will move the needle for me right now. For instance, let's say your bottleneck is inconsistent cash flow, but your goal is lead generation to improve your inconsistent cash flow. Then you could ask ChatGPT for hiring recommendations based on the goal, and it will provide ideas on what role could help you achieve that, okay? And this is my go-to strategy. So goals and bottlenecks go hand in hand, okay? Bottlenecks are the things blocking you from reaching your goals, and hiring the right people is how you remove those roadblocks. That's the way to think about it, okay? So for example, if you're aiming to increase your sales, your bottleneck might be a weak funnel, and you fix that with the right hire, but not just any hire, with a funnel strategist that knows how to help you. And before you hire and get clear on what your business actually needs, you need to define the job title, the purpose, the responsibilities, so that you're not just filling a seat. You're bringing someone in with the skills to tackle the specific challenges holding your business back from moving forward. And just to be clear, this is about finding the right role for your business, not the perfect person. That's a whole other topic, and you can dive more into that on this video over here somewhere. And if you're ready to stop doing everything in your business and you want to learn how to build a rockstar remote team, then join my free masterclass. And in my masterclass, I break down exactly how to build a remote team that can take you from doing everything and doing it all to have a business that runs on its own. The link is in the description to sign up, and I hope to see you there. And that's it for this video, my friends. I hope that you loved it. Please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to tune in next week so that we can continue building our remote empires together.